Rio can babysit me through his day.
Rio?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do Reiko.
I need to
All
be
right.
babysit.
Jess obviously doesn't like me anymore, so, you know.
It's just that I need a lot of energy for Reiko scenes.
We'll have energy to play Katsu. No.
Okay.
Please put me in a diaper and carry me for this thing.
All right.
Rio's plans.
Well, Rio's plans were that he was gonna try to read some of those books, but he's not going to get far at all. I don't think he's gonna make much progress. And then he was gonna say, like, go out. He would say he's going out to look at the Christmas lights, because that's something Japanese people do on Christmas Eve. They like go sightseeing around their town for the decorations and stuff.
Can you owe me your diligence?
Yes. Is this for a reading?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna give it a -2, because like I said, he's still distracted on the family stuff.
Alright. What does Rio want to find out about toads or skeletons or crabs?
Toads.
Discover you have the ability to make toddles and why.
Alright, cool. I knew I had the ability to make them. It's nice to know why.
It's from, I forgot her fucking name.
Okay. I love that I'm always the recipient of the warm dress-up scenes. I'm not being sarcastic.
Hey, I've been there.
It's from that Taki Yaka Yaka bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good thing you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Masakoto's daughter.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a toad familiar. It was great. It ate people.
Yeah.
So while reading that, Rio's gonna look at the little squirmy tadpole frog thing that he got a bowl for it and filled it with water and put it in there.
It's sitting there. Every time it blinks, a bubble forms in the water.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't blink a lot.
Of course, it doesn't blink a lot. Well, I would imagine it would blink quite a bit, considering it's so poorly made. Its eyes must be getting dry. All right.
That's true. Whatever makes more sense happens.
Okay, which is that?
Being dry, I guess, since toads are wet.
Sure.
Okay.
No, he was screaming to get Jess hyped up.
Okay.
That's for encouragement. And I said, yeah.
Alright. So Rio's just going to kind of put the book away. Like, look at the other books. That's kind of... No, I don't really want to read those. I mean, did any of the books say... I mean, like, he wouldn't have read this part, but the books, I assume there's one that, like, has the instructions for how to make a summoning circle and do the stuff, so that when I actually have finished reading them, I can do that.
Some of them have titles, some of them do not.
But if I, like, leaf through any index or whatever, do I see that that information is there?
The books that have titles have indexes.
Okay.
I'll roll you a 1d10.
Thank you.
There's stuff about magic, but nothing specifically about summoning circle.
Why did Yuri give me these? Alright. Gonna get up and go and put a jacket on. Because it is winter and Christmas.
Okay. You go outside in the Goya.
Just 1 second. I have to roll something. I'm gonna roll understanding for the toad. Alright. How does it feel?
It feels like it doesn't have any emotions.
Doesn't have any emotions.
It feels limp.
Limp. Okay. All right. I'm gonna pick the toad up and bring it with me.
The magical toad in its clear water bowl.
Well, yeah.
All right. All right. Well, where are you going?
All right. I'm gonna go out. Like I said, I'll tell the family I'm going out to see the Christmas decorations.
You won't get any reply.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll get like a hastily, oh yeah, sure. You do what you want, honey.
I see. All right. Leaving now.
All right.
Okay. So he'll go out, and then we'll walk around Nagoya for a bit.
Let's see what's happening in Nagoya.
Okay.
Wow. All right. It's pretty festive. It's not quite Tokyo, but there are a lot of couples walking around. A lot.
Yes. I imagine there are. Christmas Eve is for couples. It's making Rio feel very isolated.
Yes. There's hot food stalls with discounts because they're not going to be open on. Some of them won't be open on Christmas. Some of them will be.
Christmas is a big festival. I'd imagine quite a few of them would be.
Whatever.
Okay. Wow. All right. That is actually good. I like that. Rio would want to partake in that, but since his mood is lifted from that, he's gonna kind of remember that he told himself he would do something after a few days have passed, and he's gonna do it. So he's gonna take out his phone and he's gonna send a text to Naomi, and the text is going to be. I mean, I guess he's still kind of off-put by the stuff that's been happening, so it'll be a pretty basic. How are you doing?
You'll just kind of get the think can emoji, and you'll get a reply. You do know what day it is today, don't you?
And they'll be like, yes, of course I know what day it is today. But I mean, I figured stuff would be going on where you were, so now's as good a time as any to ask if, well, the effects of what we tried to do were still hanging around.
Alright, she'll do the exclamation mark emoji and she'll be like, really? No bit all play and no bit all business and no pleasure?
Well, it's not as though I was about to ask you out to do something with me today.
Oh, maybe I've got a date. Just a sideways glance.
Mm-hmm. And he'd text back, well, I would be shocked if you were unable to find one if you wanted one.
Well, what does that mean? Quite thinking.
Seems... Text back, well, it just seems like you're the kind of person who'd be able to find a way to amuse themselves.
Find a way to amuse themselves? Is that your hot one-liners? You drop them?
Well, I'm not really trying to do anything like that, you know. I just assume that if you want to spend the day with someone, a lot of people would be more than willing to.
Well, I'm talking to somebody who isn't willing to.
Right. Well, I do believe that you haven't actually answered my question.
Well, maybe today is my off day and I'm not up for business. She'll just kind of do the blank face, and then the question mark.
Right, I see. Not up for business. Then I should ask you tomorrow.
Do you know what tomorrow is?
Yes.
I don't actually have plans on those days.
Well, it's not as though I'm asking you to do anything more than spend a few minutes answering a question over the phone.
Oh. Well, sometimes people don't just want to be answer phones.
Oh, I see. Am I interrupting something, or are you actually trying to suggest that you want to do something?
Jeez. It's not. I mean, if it was any other day, I could have, been out with the person who I had clear sentiment for. But no, you guys killed them.
Right. Yes, I believe we already had this talk.
It's just a reminder.
Yes. Well, just a reminder, that person was hurting the city.
Just a reminder that it was for a good reason.
Just a reminder that for good reasons doesn't always negate the bad things you're doing.
I guess you apply that philosophy to yourself then, thinking.
Of course I do.
Oh, I thought you were going to try and debate that.
No. Sometimes you do have to do bad things for the greater good. It doesn't mean that those things are good.
That's what I was doing then. Like, hands on hip emoji.
That's what I was doing too. So, once again, I'm still sorry that your demon is gone. But, well, I don't actually feel bad for him.
Do you feel bad for me?
A bit.
A bit.
Sorry.
Well, I hope it was worth it for your bitter feeling towards my feelings.
I seem to recall we had quite a talk about this where I hope I was able to express how I actually felt.
Well, you certainly you don't have a way with words or text. By the way, why do you type as if you're trying to do the school exam? Question mark.
Is there any other way to type?
Have you been reading my messages?
Yes, rather slowly.
... Facepalm.
You talk a lot with those.
I just How else are you going to say how you're feeling? Otherwise, people just think you're serious all the time. Like if I say stuff like you're a loser without the smiley hug emote, how are you going to know if I'm being serious or not?
It's very hard to tell if someone's serious when they don't have connotation.
And I
So I
am
suppose-
connotating.
So I suppose, in that sense, you're quite clearly bolding your emotions in the text.
Emojis.
Mm-hmm.
Should just do the slapping the monkey butt emoji.
Oh, good. Using Skype. Yeah, that's just a joke. I'm sure tech services in the future have all the emojis.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Well, anyways, I suppose if you're able to banter like that, then you must be feeling well. That alleviates my concern.
Wow, you really suck when it comes to reading people.
Well, I'm only able to read what you're putting forward in these texts.
Way to go, Mr. Literal.
Yes.
Haven't you ever heard of sensitivity?
Yes, of course I've heard of that.
Do you know nothing about when people say something and they mean something else entirely?
Yes, I do believe that one form of that is called sarcasm.
No, I'm not sarcasming.
Being sarcastic.
I'm not that either.
Right.
That's the same thing.
Yes, but it's the correct word.
Oh. Well, you don't have to be correct in text.
Your grammar.
Right.
Anyway, the office is closed. We're not open for business today.
Ah, I see. Dot, dot, dot. Well, then I guess there's not really much else to discuss other than to say that thank you for understanding the last time we talked and for helping me and for what I asked you for. You're a you're a nice person, and I was going to drop a present for you and Jeffrey for you to pick up at your leisure.
You just see the typing, then you'll just kind of wipe it and be like, wait, why?
Well, that's what you're supposed to do on this holiday, isn't it? You're supposed to give presents to people you're friends with.
So you got one for everybody in the first years then? Just kind of smug face.
Well, I was thinking about things. Some of them might be a bit generic, but, well, I did try to at least make sure that everyone who I'm well enough acquainted with will know that I was thinking about them.
I see. Well, no.
It was quite hard for me to deviate from my usual plan, I'll have you know, of giving practical gifts.
Do you use an emoji?
Yes.
Whoa, you're serious. I'm not being serious.
He'll just go, yes. It was quite a pain.
Wow, do you just get nerd gifts for everybody then?
Nerd gifts. Right, practical stuff. Usually.
Wow.
But it was...
Did your dad tell you how to buy presents or something?
Alright, there's no stammer because it's in text, but Rio would stammer internally, and he'd be like, no, of course he didn't. But internally it's like, I mean, it's not like I model myself after him. He's thinking of his uncle, by the way, when she says dad.
Yeah, that was the point.
Yeah. But yeah, he'd be like, no, of course not.
Yeah, he sounds like you're like in your 50s. You don't think practical. Sometimes people want something pretty.
Pretty. Right. Right. Well, then. In that case, you might not like your present. It's a bit more of a practical variety.
Hey, a present's a present. You can't take it away.
Right. Well, I was going to drop it off in Jeffrey.
In Jeffrey? That's very impersonal.
Well, it's not as though if I sent it out in the post now, it would get there on time.
I could meet you in Jeffrey.
I suppose.
Because you failed at understanding what I was trying to get at, so I'm going to have to tell you quite literally. Because you're Mr. Literal. Cross arms emoji.
Well, good. We finally come to an understanding.
I want to go out. Being in this house is suffering.
What? Really? I had no idea.
You didn't?
It is awfully hard to convey things over the phone.
Why would I be talking to you if I was actually doing something that was interesting?
Well, I mean, I suppose that it doesn't take much time to answer the simple text, but this has been going on for a while.
Do you think I answer every text I get immediately?
I mean, if you're aware of it.
If I'm aware of it, it goes into the back burner if I'm doing something more interesting.
Ah, I see.
Anyway, where are you at the moment? I'm currently in some bumfuck middle of nowhere. So coming here is pointless. You?
Well, I'm currently in the middle of the Nagoya main department district.
I mean, it's better than seeing the village puddle.
Village puddle. Didn't you go home to the family?
Yes.
Alright, then.
It's so suburban, we can't even see the urban.
Ah, I see. Right. Are you going to be able to get back?
Yeah.
I see.
there is a vending machine at the post office.
I see. Is for someone to pull you back out?
I don't need to be pulled back out. When I go back into Jeffrey, I go back to where I originally was.
I see. Right. I guess if you want to come out, there are a lot more decorations in a large city.
Mm-hmm. Food, music, food.
Right.
Shopping malls.
I see. So, when you asked me if I was aware what day it is, I'll assume that you know what it is.
Of course I do. I was waiting for this day.
Right. Waiting for it.
Was.
Right.
In capital, that is.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'll see you and Jeffrey in a moment.
Yes, you can be part of the reparations. See, I used a big word.
Congratulations. It wasn't on the test, though. Alright. Good. Castrio will go into Jeffrey, and I told you what the gift is. I've bought the one for Naomi at the 10 XP gift thing.
The 10 XP gift thing?
Yes. And you remember what it was, right?
Nope.
Why do I ever tell you things ahead of time?
I don't know.
At least you admit that. It was the coupons for her to use his ability for her dressmaking stuff.
Oh yeah. Alright.
It was something she wanted.
Let's go to Jeffrey's. He made it sound like it wasn't.
No, it is. It's just what he considers practical.
I see.
Because it is a thing that you can redeem.
Alright. You'll be the first one to get to Jeffrey.
Of course.
And give me a moment.
Alright.
Oops, it's an 88. I dropped the 74. I forgot the D1. Alright.
So 108.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. So she'll appear like 15 minutes later, and she's done herself up really well.
God damn it, this isn't a date. 116? How's it 116?
And,
oh yeah. 100.
She's gone for something that she'd feel like would be more appropriate to Rio's taste, so it's actually fairly conservative for her. But it's
really?
still stylish.
Yeah, still stylish. Really? I mean, meta-wise, still, you know this isn't a date. In character, he'll be like... I mean, he won't know what to say.
I took out the piercings, especially. We wouldn't want to ruin your city reputation now, would we?
Right.
Unless you prefer them in. ...
And then he'll just kind of shake his head and go, no, I suppose, but if we're going to be seen together in my hometown, out is my preference, though it's not as though we're going to run into anyone I care to keep up appearances with.
Right, her hair is currently silver, and she'll be like, I didn't have time to dye my hair black.
Right. That's fine.
Alright. So?
Right. Well, I did just pick this up today. But it'll be in like a small box that's been wrapped up. I assume Jeffrey does that service?
Yes.
Okay, good. He'll take that out and he'll say, it's not much, but I do suppose you seemed interested, so you'll probably make use of it. You know, hand the box over.
Ooh. Is it Christmas only?
He'll think for a moment and then go, I've already given it to you. You can open it whenever you want.
No, I'll open it on Christmas.
Ah, Good.
And she'll just kind of look at the watch. So you've got a few hours to burn then.
What? You're going to stick around till it's Christmas?
Of course. I can't open it without you. You see me open it. Isn't that part of the warmth and the spirit of Christmas?
Rio's just going to sigh and go, if I go home after midnight... And he's just going to stop. The rest of the sentence was, my cousins will think I'm out with my girlfriend. But he's just not going to say. What?
You're what?
Nothing. Never mind. Fine. It's not as though I had other plans.
Oh, you didn't? Well, I guess I don't find that surprising.
No, my other plans simply involved doing some heavy reading. Stuff I'm sure you'd find nerdy.
Ah, yes, your preferred hobby of school.
Right.
I remember that one.
Well, I do like learning things. Anyways, it has nothing to do with school.
I see. And she'll just kind of stand there, wait, and look at you expectantly.
Right, I guess you want to get on our way. Rio will step up and will do, shall we? And he will extend his arm.
She'll kind of smile and she'll hook her arm through it. I'll be like, I see. I guess body language
is holding your hand.
Oh my, we wouldn't want to do that. That's way too lewd for a sophisticated gentleman such as yourself.
Yes, of course it is.
Right,
so
I wouldn't want to taint you.
Nods, and then out of Jeffrey.
You're not meant to nod at that.
And he'll go, oh, yes, I know.
And you'll make your way out. So.
Make our way out.
So, what do you want to do?
I mean, Rio, I first gotta see the decorations. That's what you have to do first. They're all strung up over the place.
I guess you'll make your way to the center then.
Yes.
And she'll be like, these are quite interesting.
Yes.
I suppose it has something to do with the industry around here.
Yes, well, it's certainly true that Tokyo has a more impressive thing put together. We're not actually in any kind of competition with them. A lot closer to competing with Kyoto over these things. But yes, most of the decorations that are put up are funded by the department stores and companies rather than the city itself. So, unfortunately, I suppose you'll be seeing quite a few advertisements strung up as well.
I guess that would explain the ships.
Yeah. Well, it's not exactly very tasteful, but it is a port thing, I suppose.
Yes. But still, it's pretty.
Ah, good. Right, then. So, is there anything you'd like to see?
Anything I'd like to see? Well... Well, something that's... Well, I suppose we should do the active part before the more serene part. I kind of skipped lunch and dinner for this.
Ah, right. Well then. There are a number of places I know about. Anything you prefer?
She'll just kind of smirk and she'll say something meaty.
Ah, I see. I think I know just the place. Alright. So, Rio will lead her off. I want to roll my knowledge with my food culture thing.
Okay.
I also want to spend a plot point to add my diligence.
Okay.
I want snake eyes.
That would be mean. Nice.
Oh, you know the perfect place. Go ahead.
All right.
You can
All right.
describe it.
Yes. So, here's the thing most of you probably don't know because I'm a huge weeb, but in Japan, some of the best places to eat are in these restaurants that are in the basement level of department stores, where basically a bunch of food places are stocked up, and you can get really good food there for like a pretty okay value. Yes. Yeah. So he'll bring her down to one of those. I forget what it's called. I think it's Denbasake or something. And he's going to be bringing her to a place that serves what is probably Nagoya's like favorite food, tabasaki, which is a type of chicken wings that are. I have the description right here. Chicken wings that are deep fried without batter until crispy and seasoned with a spicy sweet sauce, a specialty of Nagoya.
Ooh.
And so it's led down into this place that's probably pretty decorated, and they'd walk back some like stalls would have foods, and like since it's Christmas, a lot of them would have decorative desserts and stuff out on display. And we'd bring her into this kind of more out of the way place. Like he's bringing her to the place he thinks is the best, which means that it's more of a locals find it kind of thing instead of super advertised.
Mm. Mm. And I guess now you'll be like, I see. You're certainly a cut above other people I've hung around. They usually tend to stick around to the streets rather than, go a few floors underneath them all.
Really? Oh, but these are some of the best places to find the delicacies that they have on display.
But why would you go out of your way for that when you can clearly see what's in the stalls cooking in the glass panels above?
And Rio's just going to kind of look at her blankly for a moment and then shake his head and then go, oh, come on now. That's just jumping at the first thing you see rather than looking for something with actual value. And I don't mean just value as in price-wise. I mean texture, flavor, a history of preparation with the chefs and stuff. No. If you just go with what they hang up in the windows, then you're getting what they want you to buy and not what's really the best.
I guess that describes the people I tend to be around then. And I suppose you don't jump at the first opportunity, do you?
No, I think it'd be quite clear by now that I do like to weigh my options and come to the right decision. And if that right decision is the fact that I want what's better than what 90% of people eat sometimes, then yes, I suppose.
90% of people.
Well, I mean, most people don't really... Well, I wouldn't go so much as to use any terms, but most people don't really go out of their ways to try things that are... to try things that are uniquely suited towards their specialty.
I should probably just stop associating myself with food in this scenario. It's doing an awful lot to damage my self-confidence.
I see. And he's going to pause for a moment and then go, right. Well, I didn't mean to make anything like that come up.
It was a game.
Ah, right. Well then. This is one of my favorite places, he'll say, stepping over. Most of the restaurants in, like, Denbenzaki, downtown things, have only really small seating, so, like, no more than 3 people can be together. It's usually a solo affair. So, a small booth-like thing.
So if people don't want you to see what their best is, well, I guess this is adding more to this analogy. It's certainly cramped.
Well, these kinds of things are the kind of... Well, these are the kind of things that are meant to be enjoyed in a more personal, intimate environment.
Personal and intimate environment?
Rio will just kind of nod. The social aspect of it definitely exists, but you don't really want to have too many people around when you're trying to enjoy something, right?
Huh? Why wouldn't you?
You'll just think for a moment and then go, Well, I suppose that has something about the effect of spoiling the rarity of it.
Spoiling the rarity of it. Wouldn't you want as many of your loved ones to be included in what you enjoy?
Well, yes, of course you would. But I mean, sometimes you just want to sit down and I suppose and do something one-on-one. You'll just kind of say.
She'll just kind of look around and be like, well, I guess this is certainly one-on-one.
Right. And that has a different kind of environment. Well, when it comes to these kind of things, I like to enjoy all of the different types of options. I wouldn't mind having a teppanyaki tasting event with more people, but, well, if I'm going to be entertaining you, then I'd rather do it with something I'm comfortable with.
Something you're comfortable with?
Well, something that I know I can put on a good show with, at least. After all, I don't think if you keep scouring this city, you'll find many better places than this.
Are you going to continue sitting on the opposite side? You're blocking the right of way for footfall. We wouldn't want to be a fire hazard now, would we?
God damn it, Naomi. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna roll understanding with a minus because Rio is distracted by food at the moment. 5? Okay.
I mean, you are being a bit of a hazard. Somebody might trip over the outward leg that's about 5 centimeters out.
Tess, you're not allowed to side with Naomi. You have to be impartial, Kappa.
Okay. I mean, these places are meant to be small. And he'll be like, oh, right. I guess I should adjust myself. And he'll move himself over to the other side of the table.
All right. Don't mind me.
Right. Well, since you let me pick the place, are you going to let me order for us as well?
I wouldn't want to disrupt your flow of command.
Right then. And Rio will go and order some teppanyaki.
Will you order the same dishes or 2 different ones?
Off of that understanding roll, what do you think I should do?
Of course, 2 different ones. You need to sample a multitude of flavors.
Of course! They need to eat from each other's plates. That way they get more flavors. It makes perfect sense. Do that.